Now, if you want to build a monster squat, this exercise is unbelievable. And we're talking about the rear foot elevated split squat, also famously known as Bulgarian split squat. Although there's nothing Bulgarian about this, but it's the term that has been given to it. Now, the important thing about the rear foot elevated split squat is that it focuses on unilateral training, so training on one leg. And if you can create a stable foundation, keeping both the limbs in mind, you're not only going to get faster, but you're going to get so strong that you're going to develop and even put on so many plates on the barbell and rep out a very heavy squat. So let's break down the rear foot elevated split squat and how, depending on what level of athleticism you're at, what age you're at, let's try to tackle it. So we'll start all the way from the barbell, then we go on to the kettlebell, then we go on to the dumbbells. So let's really try to help everyone out there who is either advanced or beginning. So we have the barbell right in front of us. So important thing is to have a box behind you for the rear foot elevated split squat. It's in the name. So let's start with the basic one. So you get the bar, you rack it. Now this is for the advanced lifters. So you find that box and you let me do the other leg as well. Now the best thing about the rear foot elevated split squat is you can really identify which side is weaker. And then you can target that weaker side by doing more reps on it to make it stronger. Now remember, when you squat, there are times that you'll see one side, you're focusing more on one side for that strength development. And this is one exercise that can eliminate that option for you, that weakness for you, by identifying which part has to be worked on more. Now this is one way of doing the rear foot elevated split squat. If you want to target your posterior chain, another way of doing the rear foot elevated split squat is in a front rack. So let's try that as well. So I got the barbell right in front of me. I've got my rear foot. Let's try the other leg. Now the reason I like the front rack is because of the dynamic trunk control. If you see, my trunk at all points is up high, because when you're at top speed, you need to have the length in your upper body. And that is why the front rack is also a great, what do we call it? Forgetting the name. But yeah, variation. It's a great variation to the rear foot elevated split squat. So now you have tackled the barbell. So we'll go on the kettlebell now. So I've got the kettlebells right here. So one variation for the kettlebell is having it by your side at all times. The other variation is opposite arm, opposite leg. So just one side. The other. Now, same side. So you're holding the kettlebell on the same side. So this gets challenging for your obliques on the other side because the weight's pulling you, all the weight's here, and you're trying to stay upright. Works on that balance. The other side. Another variation is we worked on both the kettlebells, having them hanging on our sides, one side. Now we can do front rack. So again, with the kettlebell, if you haven't seen the video of us cleaning, clean the kettlebell. Again, the other leg. Now if you want to add another variation to it, and let's say beginner stage, slightly more novice, you can always have one side rack. So one up, free at the side, and then you can do the other leg. Whew. Wow, those are too many reps in one go, but we're not over yet. Don't worry, I got you. Now let's say you don't have access to kettlebells. No problem. We move on to dumbbells. So how can we tackle the rear foot elevated split squat when it comes with dumbbells? Number one way that you can always do is the goblet. So same thing, 1, 2, 3. Now you see, since it is front track, my torso will always be up. Again, the trunk control, really important. 1, 2, 3. Now, I got that out of the way. Another variation that you can do depending on what you want to achieve. This is brilliant, so pay really close attention. So I got my rear foot elevated. I go down, but I lean forward, heel up, and then push off. So it's cyclical. You'll also feel a lot of your upper hamstring activate in this. So again, heel up, push forward, go down, but push forward, go down and push forward. This will really light up all those muscles. Fatigue has started to set in now, but we have a couple more to go. So we have covered almost all sort of variations that you can do depending on where you like or where you lie in your training. Remember, this exercise is so good that not even your back squat, your front squat will get really good. Your explosiveness can go. You can get those quick movements in, because if you're strong on both sides, there's no way that you're going to slow down. It's going to really help you become that much more explosive. One last variation that I really need to get out of the way is for impulse. Impulse means most amount of force produced in the least amount of time. Sweat. Again, most amount of force produced in least amount of time. So this means moving heavy weight quickly. That's where impulse comes in. And if you can get that in your protocol, you're going to be a great athlete. So I'm going to give you, let's say, 2 reps on each leg. And I'm going to do it front track. We can do it back at the back as well, but I like to do it front because, again, huge fan of the dynamic trunk control. So I got the front track. I'm going to go for 2 reps. The other leg. That's impulse work. I'm gassed. You won't believe it. When I had shot the entire thing, found out that it stopped recording in the middle of the way. So I had to do all these exercises again. Anywho, anything for you guys out there. Hope you benefit from this. If you do find this video helpful, press the like button. If you haven't subscribed to it already, do subscribe. Support us so that we can get you more good information out there. Press the bell icon if you haven't, so you never miss a new notification from us whenever we put out a new video. And as always, I'll see you next time.